that it is okay to fail. And that is very okay. It is okay to fail. When you fail, look at the things that did not work in that moment that led to that failure and make sure they don't repeat. Then you have a higher chance at passing. When you fail, I want you to get up. I need you to get up. When people disappoint you, I need you to take the time you need, but I need you to get up. Failure is not a flaw. It's not a flaw. It's not a flaw in your personality. It's not as though you're doing something wrong. It is a thread. It strengthens you. It helps you see what does not work. It helps you see what does not work in your purpose. It helps you see the environment that no longer serves you. So when you fail, I want you to get up. There is a Japanese proverb that says, fail 7 times, stand up the 8th time. So it means that no matter how much you're failing, you need to see that there is a clear blue skies at the end of the process. Well, maybe don't try to fail 7 times, but you get what I mean. Failing is part of life. Sometimes if you don't fail, you would not be able to determine what works. Failing is to your journey what breath is to life. So if you want to succeed, you have to fail enough. And it is important that you think about and know this. There's nothing wrong with failing. And sometimes the fear of failure, that if I go and have this conversation, the answer will be no. Or if I start this business, I may run into debt. Or if I start this business, people may think I no longer care about my career. Or, all sorts. Or if I fail this exam, people will think I don't know anything. I remember in my situation, there was the first time I failed my CFA level 1 exam. And I was basically telling somebody that, I didn't pass my exam. And the person jokingly said this thing that I don't think I can forget because it's so imprinted in my brain. And the person said, even a dummy would pass CFA level 1 exam. Can you imagine, like, someone saying that to me? And this is someone themselves that have not attempted to write the exam. So if I, because of what people will say, don't do the exam, today I will not be a CFA charter holder because I don't care. And in that program, I feel like I was made to fail. I've made a lot of content. I've made at least 1 or 2 posts talking about it, and I've talked about it in my mentoring session, that it is okay to fail. And that is very okay. It is okay to fail. When you fail, look at the things that did not work in that moment that led to that failure and make sure they don't repeat. Then you have a higher chance at passing. And maybe in the next time you fail again, and then you're seeing other things that don't work. Depending on how high stakes the project is, the exam is, the relationship is, it does not matter. Take your lessons and keep moving forward. And I need you to pay attention to this. When the answer is no, the answer is no, but no for now. So I need you to learn how to get up from failure because it is normal. In fact, it got to a point from my attempts writing my exams, and it's not just the CFA exams that I have failed. When I was writing my ICANN exams as well, I failed them. There was probably 2 levels that I passed at once. I got so used to failing stuff. Like, sometimes I will be in meetings at work, my CFA results will be sent to me, I will open it and I will close it back and I will continue my meetings 100% focused, 100% focused. Except I tell you, you wouldn't know I've just failed my CFA exam. And I'll keep going. This was the exam that I paid so much for. I paid so much to tuition providers. I spent a lot of my time. For the last couple of years, I've not had my annual leave. I have used my annual leave to write the exams. My annual leave, I didn't have it. I couldn't travel because any leave I have, I'm spending it. If it's the Easter break, my leave during the summer, any bank holiday, whatever it is, I'm spending it studying. I'm always in the office studying. and there's no guarantee I'm going to pass the exam. So you need to know that, you need to understand that failure is part of the process, and you have been failing, but there is a time that is going to come when you're going to pass. So failure is a stepping stone. It is not a stumbling block. Okay, there is, in every instance of failure, there is a seed of growth, because now you know that actually I'm not going to do that because that does not work. So I'm not going to do that. So when you fail, I want you to learn, and sometimes failure is a wake-up call, even in your current environment. Sometimes when people tell you no, when you feel that disappointment, and disappointment is so hard, when people tell you no, it is, so let me paint a simple picture for you. At work, you may be trying to go for promotion or progress in your career or ask for an opportunity or negotiate your salary because you think you deserve more, so you're asking for it and they're saying no, and it doesn't look like the no is still no yet. It's like it's going to be no for a long while. Sometimes it is that failure, that disappointment you're experiencing is supposed to wake you up and say, look, there's no opportunity for you here. So you need to be looking out. Sometimes that is the simple lesson you need to learn from that failure. And it is important that you think about this. Sometimes you're too comfortable, you're too comfortable in one spot. You're too comfortable sitting in one place. And you need to feel, maybe everything has been rosy dandy. You are not even saying that you're wasting your time in that place. But at the point when you are like, okay, let me move forward. Let me start having the conversations. And then the answer is no, and it's going to be no for a while. And then you then realize that, oh, I think I've been wasting my time here. If they don't say no to you, you may not know that you're wasting your time. And that's why sometimes failure is so good to get you through a process. Okay? So I need you to understand that failure is like a tree that is bending. It's like a tree that is bending during a windstorm. You know, when there is a huge windstorm and the trees are bending. They are bending because they don't want to break. So they are allowing the windstorm pass. Now, if you're going through a bending process, you are going through a molding process and you are allowing the raging storm to pass so that when it passes, you can stand up to get all the results you're looking for and keep going. This is critical. In hindsight, you will soon realize that everything that needed to happen for you to shape you into that person that you need to become is that failure happening to you right now. You need to become that person who is strong enough. You know it. When the answer is about to be no, you know it. You know what not to do. You know what to do. You are so experienced. You are also able to be a guide to other people. Okay, so going through a round of failure will not be easy. You know, I've said that many times. If you ask me, I have failed at many things. I have failed. I have applied for jobs, they've said no. I have written exams, I have failed. I have tried to go for opportunities, the answers have been no. I have tried many things, the answers have been no. Before I found my vibe of mentoring and coaching people, I have tried my hands on many other things that I thought were purpose for me to do outside of my normal work, and I failed at them. So you need to keep trying. No matter the stakes, the tattoos, the marks that you receive due to your failure, are you through? That is your true badge of honor. That is your true badge of honor. And you need to carry it with so much pride. So what can you do right now if you're going through failure and you're like, all right, I know that you're motivating me to stay. What do you want me to do right now? The first thing I want you to do is speak up about your pain. Don't hide it. I've never hidden it. All through the time that I was failing my exams or when I've asked for opportunities that have been denied, I don't keep quiet. I have conversations. I keep talking. So you need to speak up and share your pain. Once you share, you feel some relief within you. And especially be mindful of those you share it with, but share it with those people who are concerned for you and who have your best interest at heart. But make sure that you're sharing so you can have a bit of relief within yourself and you can have the right guidance to keep moving forward. I want you to know that you are braver stronger, kinder, smarter than you will ever be able to acknowledge. So treat yourself well. Even though you're going through that pain, it is not your fault. There may be things you need to start doing better, but that doesn't make it your fault. So I need you to cheer up. Okay? Now I want you to study the science of everything that happened before you got that no. Study it. So for instance, if it was an exam, how did I read? How many hours did I actually put in? Did I read the right materials? Did I do enough questions? Did I do enough mock exams? Was I paying attention? Did I, in some cases for me, during like 6 months before the exam, I wasn't putting too much attention until the very last month. That was when I was able to get myself off of work, get some leave days and read for the exam, but that was not enough for me to pass. It's as simple as that. So if I studied the science is I didn't have enough time until a month before the exam. And as such, people who had spent months, 6 months, 8 months preparing for the same exam will definitely have a higher chance at passing the exam than myself. So that is not like there was something wrong with me or my ability to learn and deliver. It was more around I did not have time. So what do I need to do the next time? I needed to create more time to do the exam. So the same thing, apply this to every other situation. So study the science of the activities that got you to where you currently are right now. Now, I also want you to focus on the future and create a watertight plan based on your learnings. Besides your learnings, you've talked to people who have been through it before. Ask them for the mistakes they have made and make sure that your watertight plan has also made provision for those mistakes so it does not repeat. So you're learning from your own mistakes and you're also learning from the mistakes of others. I need you to learn from your failure. That is when failure becomes useful. Because if you're just failing and you're not learning from the failure, then you're just pretty much wasting the time you shouldn't be wasting. Okay? So ask yourself, what can I do to make sure this does not reoccur? That is the big ticket question. Okay? I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like, share and comment on this video. I would love to read your comments, and I want you to know that you can also work with me. I can coach you, mentor you. If you want to see how we can work well together, there's going to be a link in the description box below. Make sure you check that out and you can see how we can work well together. Thank you very much for sitting through this video and watching this video. Remain fantastic.